Hello everyone and welcome to HalfBeard's HUD's Heads Up. Today we have the PC version of Limbo. Just came out on Steam. Um, Basically, it's just Limbo on Steam. There isn't really a ton of new stuff to show. I kind of just wanted to show the game because the big things that it adds are full 1080p graphics, which were in the PSN version, which released a little bit ago. And the fact that it's running at a consistent 60 frames a second. Like, you obviously can't see it. I don't have it enabled so you can see the frame rate, but well, so you can see the frame rate counter I've got going, but I'm looking at it right now and it's 60 frames a second and it should stay there. Uh, okay, we're actually gonna... I'm a little stuck in my game right now because I'm not too bright. So we're just gonna go back to the start of the game. I just didn't want to say start new game and accidentally lose all my progress. So yeah, basically, this is Limbo. It's the same game that released during Summer of Arcade last year. The maudlin dark but hauntingly beautiful game that captured the hearts of every game reviewer on the planet. Except for us, because we didn't get a copy last year. And, you know, after finally kind of getting to play it for the first time, jump into it, I can definitely see what everyone was talking about. It's a very it's got an amazing look. It's got an amazing feel. It's obviously it has a very striking sound design of little to no sound in terms of music, but very strong ambient sound. The sound of footsteps, the wind, just stuff moving in the trees. It's all very nice. So I'm just thinking. So there are a couple other things this PC version adds. It does add course, a couple of nice things: Steam, Steam achievements, and Steam Cloud. So you can always you can take your save on the go or something along those lines. And then it also adds apparently there is an extra 20 to 30 minutes of content in this game. However, it is secret. I don't know where it is. I was never, the developer hasn't not told me where it is. I don't know if they've told anybody in particular where it is, but apparently there's an extra 20 to 30 minutes hiding in this version, and I think the PSN version of the game as well. As far as I know, it has not been added to the 360 version. I don't know where it is. I don't know what it could be. But then again, kind of the way this game works is the story, like, if you saw the start of the game, there's no setup, there's no real... There's a story here, but there isn't really a narrative, so you can kind of fit in that 20 to 30 minutes wherever you needed it to be, I suppose. The story of this game, apparently, by the way, is this little boy here is looking for his sister. At least that's what it says on the Steam store page. I never knew that, and I've, you know, I only just read that before starting this video. I've played the like 60-70% of that game. I had no clue this boy even had a sister, let alone she was lost. In fact, this game's really good at kind of obscuring what it is, and it's got a very nice, creepy, maudlin feel to it. I kind of feel like this is what would happen if we saw all the truly dark things inside Charlie Brown's mind. I don't know why, but this game reminds me of super dark, evil Charlie Brown. I'm playing with a gamepad right now. But you can totally play this game with keyboard controls as well, which, as you can see here, it's control for action, and then standard movement, and then with the gamepad, I'm sure it plays the exact same as it did on the 360, which is moving with the left stick, and then A is your jump, and I use B for action. I don't know if you can press A for action as well. I'm assuming so. I don't know why you want to make the game brighter. It's perfect the way it is. So yeah, I mean, it's just Limbo. Like, I don't really have too much to kind of say about the game in terms of what it is, because everything I could say about it's kind of already been said. It's just a very cool game and a very dark game. I will say, few times has the game ever made me so depressed. I'm wearing headphones while doing this, and the sound design of this game is it's perfect. This game has perfect sound design for what it's trying to do. So when, you know, that happens, particularly when you're not trying to have that happen, it's jarring. It's physically jarring. You feel it inside you. Let's try that again. There we go. Though I will say, now that I'm kind of farther into the game, I really like how this game starts. This like very nice foresty area and the big evil spider we're gonna see later. Which some people would say that's ruining the story, but honestly, I mean, this game's been around for a while. Big evil spider that's gonna show up soon. But I didn't move that far enough in. But what was I saying? But the game then moves kind of into these more industrial areas. It moves into kind of like an abandoned city, and it even has a sewer level for the most, what is essentially a sewer level, which honestly no one's ever liked a sewer level, and I just don't think those look as interesting as these nice forest levels do, and I don't know, I'm not enjoying it as much. I also feel they kind of get away from the artsy stuff, from this kind of like interesting art stuff, and move more to just physics puzzles at that point as well. God, up. Like, I really like the way objects looked, like, with all the roots off this little ball here are very cool. But at the same time, like, everything's still very simplistic. It's a very interesting art style. It's just so... It's like, it's both... And again, I hate to keep going back to the sound design, but I so love the sound design in this game, and it's odd. It has this. It's hauntingly disturbing in how quiet it is. Like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, so to speak, but at the same time, it's peaceful. I don't want to say relaxing, but it's calming because there's nothing else. It's just the game existing, just being there. It's very refreshing. I always love to hear the sounds of the flies. Like it's a good game. Like, I know it seems like, oh wow, saying Limbo's a great game. That's shocking the world with that amazing statement. But like getting to finally kind of see this game, yeah, it's kind of I finally see what everyone's been talking about sort of thing. Get another one of those eggs. I generally am very bad at finding these eggs. I think I've, in total, found maybe like 2 or 3 in my game. Which would be this one, the one we saw at the start, and then one much further. I think this is the last egg I find for a while. And again, like, if that secret content is well hidden, I'm never gonna see it. I will say one thing about the art style I really like, particularly about the way and that's the way oh, okay, I'm gonna survive with that apparently. And that's the way that it interacts with the gore, well, the deaths, whatever you want to call it. And that's because there's, like, because of how horrifically this poor child gets murdered. Well, I'll talk about that in a second. Because of how horrifically he gets murdered sometimes, your brain is immediately filling it. But with how the simplicity of the art style, your brain immediately kind of fills in what you're not seeing. You know, when he gets caught by a bear trap and his head's chopped off, you don't obviously get to see the nitty-gritty there because of the art style. But at the same time, because you can't see it, your brain is building that, and it creates such an interesting mental, like, it's the idea of reading over a movie, so to speak. Like, everyone always talks about the movie, the book is always better because you're imagining what's happening, whereas the movie, they're showing it to you. This is the getting to have the cake and eat it too of that scenario. On the one hand, you're actually getting to see it, and you're getting to and they're getting to present that to you. But because of the art style, the actual nitty-gritty, the truly awfulness of it, that's left up entirely to your imagination.